It's far easier to build strong children than to repair broken adults. Hey, Dr. Jordan here. One of the biggest questions that I get is, why do we see kids in our office? You know, I talk to parents all the time and they go, well, my kid doesn't have a bad back. They don't complain about anything. Even if they're smaller than that, 1 or 2 years old, or infants, weeks old, like, why should we see kids? They don't have neck or back issues. And there's a quote, it's far easier to build strong children than to repair broken adults. And that is why we want to see kids in the office. We do some great things with helping kids calm and settle with like ADHD, autism, really helping their bodies adapt as best as possible. Colic issues, digestion, reflux, all those kind of things. But besides that, the ones that don't seem to have any issues, we want to keep them from having those issues. So making sure that their body's aligned, making sure that they're able to adapt to all the changes that are going on in their body. It's going to allow them their best life. I have 2 kids of my own. I want my kids to live a better life than what I lived and to not have the same health concerns that I've had. I've broken bones. I've had some colitis issues in the past. If these things that we know now, we knew then, we could help so many different kids. Not only are we keeping them from some potential health issues down the road, we're also helping them live to their greatness, be able to run, throw, swim, study in school. These kids are at earlier and early ages undergoing a lot of stress in school, and being able to adapt to that stress is going to let them live their best life. But really, my goal is to help build strong children, help them live their best life. They say first you spend your health to get wealth, and then as you get older, you then spend your wealth to get your health back. And if we can avoid that with these kids, if we can help them, giving them every other week schedule, once a month schedule, making sure that as they're growing and developing, they're getting their best life. And I know I keep saying best life, but really that is so important, because let's face it, how many times are we wishing, if I would have known this whenever I was younger, then I would have done things different, or if I could only have pushed a little bit farther, if I could only have done this or that. And being able to help those kids, that is my goal. I hate seeing kids that are hurting and losing direction and don't really know where to go, what to do, where to turn. Little kids that aren't getting their best chance at living their best life. And it just breaks my heart. And so I want to make sure that we don't let our children have that downside. We want to make sure that we are getting them the best chance possible. If you ever see my kids, my little one, he just turned 2, and he'll run right up to me, grab his neck, and then lay down on the floor. It's like he already knows that when something's not right, we can get that taken care of and help him continue on. I check my kids at least once a week. A lot of times they don't need an adjustment because they're able to stabilize and they're able to hold those adjustments longer. But how long do you want your child to suffer? Let's step back a second. Have you ever had a kid, maybe your child, or seen a child that had like a headache, but they didn't know how to explain it, and they would talk about like their face hurting, a belly that's upset. They talk about just not feeling good, or like not being able to explain what's going on because their language is developing, their brain is still developing. A lot of times these kids from birth, the whole process of being born, have some strain, some neurological stress in their systems that they don't know how to express. Little babies, that could be colic. They say that colic can actually be infant migraines. That could be crying a ton. And sometimes there's so much stress that their bodies shut down. These are like the quote unquote perfect babies. They never cry, they sleep all the time, they don't get up in the middle of the night to feed. And a lot of times that's because there's actually too much stress in their system and they just shut down. No, I'm rambling, and I know this is a long video, but I just can't stress the importance of having our kids being able to run, enjoy life, play, live their best life, be inspired, be able to do what they want, be able to do well in school, and be able to start a business or go into the workforce or have these thoughts and create and just live. But their bodies are stressed and they don't know how to tell us, or their hips are slightly off and so they have a slight wobble in their walk, and so they don't like to run because it's kind of uncomfortable for them, or they have some stress in the upper neck and that leads to ADHD or some other issues that can be attributed to just an overloaded system. Just close your eyes for a second and just think of your kid living their best life, down the road. The best thing that could have happened is going to that chiropractor and making sure that my body was perfect, because all kids are perfect. And that is what I want for this community. That is what I want for our kids, is to live their perfect life. And that is why kids need to be adjusted. And not even just adjusted, but checked on a regular basis. It's kind of like going to a dentist, getting your teeth cleaned, making sure you're flossing on a consistent basis, making sure that our kids are living their best life. And that's my goal, and that's my mission. This is Dr. Jordan Bowen, Family Greatness Chiropractic. Have a great day.